Yeah, they're deployed bastards.
Yeah, these alkalids are way better than the ZTZs I was using.
Deutschland, what do you want to sell me? You want to sell
Pakistan
me
has done a great deed for Indonesia this day.
Indeed. Let it all be known.
Muslims will rise. Everyone else falls.
The world is ours.
Also, I keep checking in on this because I've raised my fucking mic volume, but my mic's not clipping it all that yellow.
No. You're good. You're good.
Okay, because the bar keeps going red, and I just want to make sure repeatedly. I hate working with a condenser mic these days. I need a fucking dynamic mic.
Yeah, I got the Blue Yeti. It's been pretty awesome for me.
Yeah, I have the Blue Yeti X, but the thing is, I have such a variance in my volume that the sound pressure level of condenser mics is not designed to withstand it. So I have a lot of problems. If you watch my older videos, dude, I'm clipping every sentence. I've improved it a lot over time, but I still can't fully fix it just because condenser mics.
I guess I could start trying getting friendly with Iran.
I just got line of sight with Egypt. Oh my god, the second richest country in the world is Nigeria. And they have no debt.
How did you find that out?
I went to the atlas at the top left and I just sorted by treasury. Dude, Nigeria would make a fantastic colony if they're that self-sufficient. They have a population of 136 million. I only wish I could take them over. They're too far. And too big. That's like a fucking rising African superpower right there. Jesus Christ.
No kidding.
Well, the thing about making consumer goods is it takes so many of the raw materials. Speaking of raw materials, it's time to place 2 more rubber plantations.
Yeah, I wish I had rubber. I have to keep going and buying it. Which sucks because my production would actually be a lot cheaper. I could actually produce it myself.
It's better to buy it than it is to make it synthesized, in terms of price at least. Singapore is trying to sell me a bunch of units for $500 million. No, I'm good, Singapore. But thanks for the offer. My budget is more like even than it's been for most of the game. Like I'm getting my spending and my taxation a lot better. Make sure to check in on your spending and make sure you don't have anything way above 100% because that's just unnecessary.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on it as my... Like right now I've been pretty stable at like my inflation's at like 2%. My employment's been at like 6% for a good while now, so... My economy is pretty stabilized.
My economy's stable, but my treasury still needs improvement. Wow, yeah, your inflation and everything is real healthy. My inflation is it's at 4.8%, which isn't a bad... Inflation in this game is also economic growth. They tied the two things directly into each other. But yours is very, very healthy. Mine is... I'm kind of maintaining mine where it is because I keep building more rubber, and the more rubber I build, the more money injected into my economy. the more inflation goes up, the more unemployment goes down. I'm just trying to keep unemployment above 3%. I'm not really paying attention to inflation too much because that's actually not that important of a stat in this game. I mean, it's important, but it's not important.
It's not as important, but you also just don't want it to get that high. Yeah, unemployment is what I'm pretty much focusing on too. I don't want it to drop down too low.
I need to start making like rail lines around my nation or something in places that need rail lines anyway.
Oh boy. I gotta amp up my metal ore production too. I'm actually running a bit of a deficit on that. I'm
actually selling metal ore. If you keep bumping up consumer good production, note that it will take like metal ore.
Oh yeah, coal, yeah, or coal and electricity and industry goods. I wonder if I give like land and sea treaty rights with Malaysia, if they'll take these damn T-80s out of my country.
They haven't even moved them?
Nope.
That's because I have diplomatic merchant marines on. They can leave whenever they want. If I had that off, the units would actually have just teleported. But hey, it's better that they're in your country than in theirs, because then they won't help when I go to invade.
That's true. Yeah, then
I'm going to go ahead and go for military production, because my military goods are actually not keeping up with my current levels of production. Now that I can make, some better units. I need more research, but I don't want to make more research centers at the moment.
Yeah, same.
Because that costs a lot of money, and that really also takes a lot of economy to maintain. My inflation's actually starting to go down, even with more rubber being produced. That's probably because of how good my domestics are now that I think about it. More population coming in means less overall inflation because more individuals getting involved in your economy. Yeah, every year I'm gaining millions and millions of population.
Me, I'm actually losing people.
No, you're not losing people. So you have more emigration than immigration, but your births, like your birth rate is even higher than mine.
Oh yeah, 8 million.
I wonder if that means some of your
damn.
spending is like really high or something.
Could be for my taxation.
I don't know. Now that I think about it, I really don't know. I still need more money. My money's just going down. It's not even maintaining where it was, even though I've improved things so much. Even now that I'm selling rubber. I'm also building a lot of rubber, so that could harm it. I'm buying more things now. Because I sold so many industrial goods, I now kind of have to buy industrial goods.
Oh, shit.
Now the rubber plantation is finished. 2 more are still being made. I should probably make more. I'm sure the demand is there. Yep, I'm going to make another 2 plants. The nice thing about making these plants is that they actually generate supply. Maybe not the plants themselves, but the industrial complexes that they're built on generate supply.
Speaking of which... Nice. I am now selling consumer goods. Not that much, but... Oh, but I'm also losing a lot.
Start getting rid of some roads that are built going out to nowhere that I just don't need. I'll start tearing those down because roads are really, really expensive in this game. And honestly, if you had your entire nation built on rails, you could save hundreds of millions of dollars of like a month, a year. I don't know how long, but you could save a lot. I'm not going to redo my whole infrastructure. I'm going to leave roads going that are actually connecting places, but like unnecessary roads that just lead out to nowhere. That's what I'm looking at getting rid of. Just as a tip in case you're looking at getting rid of stuff like that as well.
Oh, well, yeah, I already see one spot right here. Connects me to India.
Some of them are unnecessary in the game, but in real life, they connect to real life locations that just aren't represented in the game. On one of my islands, the island with rubber, transportation's terrible because roads only connect north to south on east and west sides. There's no roads going east to west, so I'm building a railroad that connects the southern end of the island. But I'm leaving the road systems in place because it seems to work pretty fine once they're on the roads. It's just getting between them. I'm tempted to connect the center of the island too. Yeah, I mean, I can. It's just railroads. Those are pretty cheap. Guess I'll go ahead and do that. Just have a fucking rail line going right down the center of the island. And then the north already seems to be pretty well infrastructured on Malaysia's side anyway, for the most part. All the rest of my islands have pretty good road-based infrastructure.
God, these roads lead out to fucking nowhere. Jeez.
Yeah, in real life, I guarantee you there's cities there, but not in this game. Oh, man. Agriculture does this all the time. It's no longer profitable to sell. It's actually more profitable to buy it than it is to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Usually this is where me and Dema started buying in bulk just a fuck ton of agriculture. Also, this is a good place to tell the AI, hey, dude, stop selling agriculture when it's not profitable. Thank you. Don't sell it at a markdown. You're hurting my fucking profits. See, I didn't remember that because it had just been so long since I've last played this game.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that as well. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did right now. I just lowered the domestic price and I killed the production.
I'm keeping the production to meet 100% of demand, but I got the domestic price at like 45% markup. I have it locked off. I'm not selling any more of it now. Try to maintain profits there. I can buy more, but that more requires like bulk money, and I'm slowly running out of money. I see you do not have the same issue. I'm pretty sure that's just because my spending is overall higher.
At least my credit rating is going up pretty good.
I just slashed my family subsidy in half. Because I want to get a just completely profitable situation going now, because it's in reach. The ability to make this profitable is in reach, and family subsidy is a less important thing that does take up a good amount of money. It's important for your population, but my population growth is fine, and it's already high enough. Once we actually start invading, it'll just go up and up anyway as I start taking places over.
Speaking of invading, ooh, 70. I have 70% war justification towards Sri Lanka.
Oh, you've been building it up this whole time? Make sure to
Yep.
stage your units in advance. Don't declare war until you're literally on their sea border ready to land. It's going to be an interesting place to invade. They only have one port for you to land at if you're not doing an amphibious assault with amphibious units. Be careful with that, because
Right.
it's probably going to be harder than it looks. You need like a good, large, crack team of elite units to be able to capture that port to keep supplies coming in. But they may be
Shit,
a
I don't
fucking
even-
cakewalk in themselves.
How long until this is done?
Yeah, my economy's stabilizing real well. My inflation's going right down due to my constant trickle of population. And now my lack of spending. Low spending.
Yeah.
Family subsidy
at
cut is gonna
4.7, so
hurt.
I don't. Kind of worried about really billing much less of anything else. Because my unemployment. In fact, regarding that, I'm gonna do a couple things.
Your unemployment's at a healthy rate. As long as you don't start building 20 fucking hydro dams, build one thing at a time, you'll be fine. Totally not quoting what Dema did in our Cold War playthrough.
The funny thing is, I used to play like that too when I first started. I'm like, oh, go build crazy, and then I'm like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, this is a game where you just have to take things slow. I'm getting non-aggression with Egypt, by the way, and line of sight with Saudis. Also line of sight with Iraq. Nice. My relations over there have just been slowly improving, I guess.
I gotta get some more ore mine going.
Or just take over a country that has ore mines and make them give you all their excess by colonizing them.
That works too.
Also, look for treaties like free trade, because things like free trade and free flow of labor force, these have very small effects on your country. Like, free trade gives you a very, very tiny economic boost, but it is a way to help your country nonetheless.
Yeah, every treaty I do, I always put in free trade and free flow.
They are what I like to call the friendship treaties. I have a balanced budget, but I'm maintaining at a very low point. Only like $1 billion.
Yeah, mine's about 100,000 ish.
We're almost through 2020 though. Hey.
We made it. 4.6, 4.6, very good.
And no corona.
Oh god, can you imagine if they made a version of this game with the coronavirus?
Oh. Bad.
Alright, let's check on this. How's that building? Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Be like the ultimate meme from the Angry Birds movie with the mime. Oh my god! Oh, that'd be funny. I cannot wait for Superpower 3 though.
US and Russia right now are tied for the biggest military bar on the map.
Oh, so they're pretty much equal strength then.
US has taken the full brunt of the MILCAT penalty, though. But who's going to attack the US? Nobody.
Mexico.
Oh, yeah. That went so well the first time. Getting a non-aggression pact with the Saudis now as well.
Yemen and Oman.
Still working on friendship treaties with those two.
Oh, Qatar. I forgot about little old Qatar. Let's see what treaties we can get with Qatar. Nice, 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 nice. And Bahrain.
Getting a lot of full transit treaties in the Middle East.
Same. I am as well.
I'm not going to progress any further than the friendship treaties with Afghanistan, assuming that you plan on taking them over.
Yes, I need living space. Lebensraum.
Ah, yes, a bunch of shitty desert. That's the best living space. Have you taken a look at the population map of the game? If you go to the bottom right, you can enable the population map and see how densely packed the world is.
From a filter?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like commodities.
Oh yeah, it's pretty red.
See, most of Russia is empty. Even places where you can live in Russia is like empty. They have a lot of living space up there. Now, here's a question we have to establish. Are we going for mutual defense with anyone in the Middle East?
That is a very good question. I guess it depends how far Israel gets. I don't want to get
Because
dragged into
I
a
can
war
go
with
mutual
them.
defense with Egypt and Saudi Arabia right now.
Well, I mean, we could. If Israel declares war on either one of them, I mean, at least we would have a... Well, not a significant force to take them, but... At least we could probably hold up against them while they're busy in Egypt. But them against Egypt would be a fight.
Yeah,
And
Egypt isn't necessarily.
I don't think they would push them over with a steamroll. Not for Saudi Arabia either. So I think at this point we'd be okay to do a mutual defense pact.
Can you get this with any of these countries?
Let me see. Yes, I can. I can get it with Egypt, and let's see if I can get it with Saudi. Yep, I can.
All right, then let's get mutual defenses with Saudi Arabia and Egypt. And hopefully we can get full alliances with the both of them. Interesting little, I don't know, political power that's being born here, you know?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the world's like, what the fuck? It's like, what is going on here?
If Israel attacked
Turkey?
one, it would probably be Jordan or Iraq, honestly.
Yeah, just on Egypt's sheer size, I don't think they'd attack them.
Ah, they still might. Who knows? I mean, they're bordering. Shit happens when you border, but... That eastern segment of Egypt would fall like Play-Doh, but once you get to the urban part of it along the Nile, it would be a lot harder. Egypt's not necessarily a pushover. I'm starting to actually get money. By the way, if you're looking to cut any taxes, the taxes your population hates the most, that have the least effect on your budget, is property tax and pension tax.
Here, I'm gonna buy some rubber from you.
Do I have a stock of rubber? Pretty much all of my rubber is being traded on the market immediately. Like, I don't have a stockpile.
Well, it shows you have some available. 2,260 tons.
That's not a lot. That is not a lot. That's a little more than I make rubber in a day. Almost all of it's being sold on the market right now because my production's still pretty low. But I'm gonna keep increasing my production. That'll bring those prices down more and more, hopefully.
Fuck, Malaysia sold all their shit. Can't even buy from them.
Yeah, rubber's very valuable. That's why most countries make it, even though it's complete. Like the U.S. synthesizes all their rubber, but that is so expensive to do. Yet countries still do it. But yeah, even Malaysia's sold out. Like, and they are the ones that have the most of it. To be fair, they're not tapping all of their rubber. Most of their rubber isn't even being used. I'm slowly going to start tapping more of my rubber, and hopefully we should see that reflected. Maybe it'd be funny if what actually ends up happening is that countries stop synthesizing as much, and then more and more countries just start buying.
Yeah.
The Ivory Coast has some rubber. Ooh. If you wanted to take a trip into Africa, you could go to the Ivory Coast for rubber. India has a tiny bit, but not enough to sustain them.
Sri Lanka's closer, but I'm gonna colonize them. Not fully take them over.
Rubber's not really very available near you. You're better off just relying on the market. What strengths do you have? Well, you have uranium.
I got my uranium. Yeah, I got my uranium. I got my oil, which I'm gonna put another plant into right now.
You don't have coal. Oh.
No, I do not.
Afghanistan has a little bit. You have oil. You have a meh amount of timber. But the timber market's fine. Your agriculture looks fine. Electricity is probably fine, I imagine.
I'm running a little bit of a deficit, but not that bad.
I have too much electricity. I'm selling it. I think most days I'm selling my excess. Electricity, you know how electricity works, right? It's a unique thing.
Yeah, for the most part.
Like, if you don't sell all your remaining stock at the end of the day, it gets deleted.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not always profitable to make too much electricity. Right now, I'm actually researching two things right now that are going to boost my electricity production. Upgraded coal generation and upgraded petrol. Those are the two things that I am researching. And that will probably allow me to actually delete some of my production of it.
Speaking of research... let's see here. What can I do? Or what do I want to put in my queue? That's the better question.
I'm just stuck in debt. I'm not making anywhere near enough money to pay off the remainder of my debt. And I have another like 100 billion to pay off. I started with like well over 400 billion to pay off, but
yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this one. Upgraded upgraded petrol generation. Upgrade petrol production up to 15%. Yoink.
Nigeria is now the richest country on the planet.
Oh, shit.
They have twice as much as Russia and the US combined have. Getting line of sight with the UAE and with Qatar.
Let's see what treaties I can do with Sudan.
Any other countries we should be trying to pick up here?
Yeah, I'm going a little bit into Africa. I want to make a deal with try and get Sudan and maybe Eritrea.
Eritrea, yeah.
Eritrea
is pretty tiny. Ethiopia is pretty big. Ethiopia is the second most populated? No, it's the third most populated. Egypt is bigger. Nigeria, though, is the richest country on the planet. Like, should we have them as a future target, or should we try to be their friend due to how sustainable their fucking country is? Because they could go places.
I say take them over.
Colonize
all your planet is become to us. Let's see here. Can I get
Algeria is pretty friendly with me. They like me.
No, you won't do a full transit treaty. Okay. No, you won't do that either.